The sun was up, the water was calm, and then, without warning, the ship began to sway. Huge kitchen equipment crashed from one side of the galley to the other. Passengers screamed and rushed to the deck. Within moments, the ferry rolled over completely and sank into 25 meters of water. By week's end, 894 people were confirmed dead, many of them still trapped inside the steel hull. But the tragedy did not begin that morning. It began 12 years earlier, on the day the ship first set sail. But from her very first day in service, something was wrong. The ship was unstable. It swung side to side. On its first journey, it could not even carry 30 tons of cargo without taking on water. Yet nothing was done. Reports came in from Danish experts. Reports came in from Belgian experts. All of them noted the same thing: persistent instability, structural concerns, a ship that should never have left the slipway. The Belgian builders disputed every warning. Tanzania Railways Corporation dismissed them all. The truth was simpler than negligence. It was desperation. Tanzania was in a weak bargaining position. The East African community's lake shipping had collapsed. The government needed a ferry, and this was what was available. Officials and workers at the TRC had limited experience with ships. Most of the coxswains had no licenses at all. A defective vessel handed to a poorly trained crew in a nation with no maritime oversight. Nobody knew what was coming. The MV Bukoba was never registered, not once in 17 years. On May 20th, 1996, at evening, the ship began its final voyage from Bukoba Port. The manifest showed 443 passengers in first and second class, but no one counted the third class. It had no manifest at all. The ferry was loaded with bananas, a car, a Land Rover, and human beings packed into every available space. The official capacity was 433 passengers. The actual number on board was closer to 1,000. The ship sat dangerously low in the water. The ship passed through Kemondo Port in the night and took on even more cargo and more passengers. Nobody checked anything. Nobody stopped it. At 8 in the morning, with Mwanza visible on the horizon, the ferry's fundamental weakness finally revealed itself. The overload shifted. The water inside the hull shifted with it. A full load of kitchen equipment, jikos, dishes, pots, slammed from one side to the other. That noise, that single loud bang, triggered panic. People rushed to the deck. The ship rolled. It did not right itself. Within 30 minutes of port, the MV Bukoba was gone. Only 114 people survived. Nearly 900 did not. The wreckage settled into 27 meters of lake bottom and became a tomb. Recovery was extraordinarily difficult. Divers from South Africa, Kenya, and Zanzibar worked the site. By June 2nd, 392 bodies had been pulled from the water, but President Benjamin Mkapa ordered the work halted. The decomposing remains posed a health hazard to the rescue teams. He declared 3 days of national mourning. Hundreds of victims remain at the bottom of Lake Victoria to this day. President Mkapa announced a full investigation. Judge Robert Kisanga, a High Court judge, was appointed to lead it. Kisanga assembled a commission that included 5 other Tanzanian officials and 6 foreign maritime experts. They had 4 months to examine every detail of the MV Bukoba and the Tanzania Railways Corporation's handling of the vessel. On September 6, 1996, they released their findings. The Kisanga Commission concluded that the ship was fundamentally defective, that it had been overloaded, improperly ballasted, and that a faulty engine contributed to the collapse. Most damaging, the TRC operated the ferry with gross negligence, inefficiency, and systematic corruption. Criminal charges followed. Captain Juman Ruma Mwiru and 8 senior officials of the Tanzania Railways Corporation's Marine Department were charged with the murder of 615 people. The prosecution proceeded on the basis of culpable negligence linked to known defects that were systematically ignored. The evidence was complete. The chain of failure was documented. A ship that should never have sailed, sailed. A ship that should have been heavily regulated, was not. A ship that exhibited a fatal flaw on its first day was used for 17 more years. From the ashes of the MV Bukoba, African maritime safety was reborn. Ferry operators were required to strictly enforce passenger and cargo limits. Life jackets became mandatory on all passenger vessels. Emergency drills were introduced. Public awareness campaigns educated citizens on maritime safety. And in 1996, Tanzania created Sumatra, the Surface and Marine Transport Regulatory Authority, to oversee and regulate all maritime operations in the country. The wreck of the MV Bukoba became the foundation for an entire regulatory system. Near Bwiru Secondary School in Mwanza, a memorial tower was built. It is called Mnara wa Makumbusho, the Tower of Remembrance. Among those who died were 40 children returning home from their final exams. Nearly 900 people were erased from the world because a ship was sold with a known defect, overloaded beyond reason, and placed in the hands of people with no training to operate it. The MV Bukoba teaches one lesson. The cost of ignoring warning signs is not abstract. It is measured in lives. It is measured in families that never came home. And it echoes across decades, in every regulation written to prevent the next disaster from happening the same way.